You're making me uncomfortable. Your beliefs, your thoughts, your ideals, your way of thinking makes me uncomfortable. And it's all about my comfort. It really is. Because I measure whether or not I'm safe or endangered by my level of comfort. If I walk into a room and I feel comfortable, I know I'm safe. I know I'm safe because I feel comfortable. But if I walk into a room and I feel nervous, and I feel ill at ease, and I feel on edge, I know I'm in danger. You have beliefs that make me feel uncomfortable. You have ideals that make me feel uncomfortable. And you look a certain way too. The way that you look, it makes me uncomfortable. The color of your skin, your hair, everything, it all makes me uncomfortable. And when I feel uncomfortable, I know I'm in danger. Now, reality, let's get back to reality. That's not true. I don't feel that way. But that's the way a lot of people are. There are people that way. If you don't think as they think, if you don't look the way they look, they feel uncomfortable. And if they feel uncomfortable, they interpret that as being in danger. I mean, what happens when you're in danger? You feel uncomfortable. But does it automatically go that if you feel uncomfortable, then you're in danger? So the two things seem to go together. When I was going through anxiety attacks, I felt uncomfortable. But I knew I wasn't in danger. At least no more danger than any other situations. But I knew that there were certain circumstances that made me feel uncomfortable. Being away from home made me feel uncomfortable. And I interpreted that in a funny way. Danger isn't so much an intellectual processing as it is a feeling. It is a feeling. You feel danger. Look, let's just kind of be a little bit blunt about it. You could be in a situation where you could feel relaxed. You could be at peace. You may be very tranquil. In the next moment, you be zipped up in a body bag. Seriously. I mean, I know people say, you're making fun of that. That's not funny. But actually it is. One minute you eat the taco salad, the next minute you are the taco salad. Seriously. I just had to say that. I know I can't put this up on YouTube. Now, that's made too much fun. But the serious thing of it is this. And I realized, I used to think about this. It was something that gave me a lot of thought about, from a philosophical point of view, how do you know when you're really in danger? Well, in a real sense, you don't really know so much as it's your interpretation. When you look at a situation, you have to evaluate it. You have to make sense of everything going on. And sometimes we get it wrong. Sometimes we have false alarms. Sometimes we perceive ourselves as being in danger when in fact we really aren't. And sometimes we perceive a situation as being safe. And we perceive ourselves as being protected when in fact we really aren't. I was thinking, because the past day I actually rented or borrowed from the library a DVD. It was on the public television channels. It was a documentary about the Jim Jones thing, the Jonestown incident in '78. And I'm just thinking, that day, November 18th, 1978, when those people did, when that suicide thing happened, a lot of people in that place thought that they were in a safe environment. People might not have liked a lot of things that was going on, but they felt basically safe. I'm sure that day, that morning when they woke up, they did not think they were in danger. They didn't think that this would be the last day of their life. But then suddenly things turned. When Congressman Leo Ryan came and visited that place, these people, everything just fell apart. life can be like that. We make errors in judgment. We think we're safe when we're in danger. We think we're in danger sometimes when we're safe. Person is riding on a subway and he thinks somebody's trying to do something to him. Next thing you know, he pulls out a gun and boom, 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 starts shooting innocent people because he thought he was in danger. You know, you think about the case in New York, the Bernard Goetz case. People can think they're in danger and they can do something, maybe react and become a danger themselves. And then people can feel safe and be in danger. There's no absolute way of knowing. You know, you think of people that you know, if you've known people who died, especially if they died in an accident, I'm sure they didn't think that morning this was going to happen. You didn't plan it, you didn't think it. It happens. There's no way to absolutely know. You can't absolutely know. I was thinking one time I was walking downtown and I didn't see it happen, but I saw like the aftermath of it. Because there was a big puddle of blood, but someone had been hit by a piece of the building. It was a building made of terracotta, the facade of the building. And that's a material that's, for some reason, some of these buildings are very old. Some of these buildings are over 100 years old, skyscrapers, old buildings. But that material came loose from the building, and it hit someone on the head. This was about more than 20 years ago. There are times when people have been killed in the most strangest accidents. You know, you don't think something's going to happen. You don't think you're in danger. And, you know, you think you're safe. Other times you think you're in danger and you panic. It's like in 1930, I believe it was 1938 or whatever it was, that the War of the Worlds radio broadcast and people were panicking. You know, one thing that people might not know is that, you know, we know that with all the stuff happening in New Jersey, when people were running all out everywhere panicking because of what happened. But what some people don't realize, there was an even worse incident that happened, and it was related to that broadcast in South America. I don't remember which country it was. It was Peru or Ecuador or someplace, where there were people who were killed. It was like rioting at the radio station, and some people set things on fire and certain things happen. You know, people can react. How do we know? I know sometimes we like to be comfortable and not think about these things. But there's no way you can come up with a formula to absolutely know when you're in danger and when you're safe. The only thing you can do is try to do the best you can to make an evaluation of the situation. But you can't really spend your whole life worrying about things. When I was going through anxiety attacks, I used to worry and worry and worry about things all the time. You just can't do that. You really can't do that. You can't function that way. You can't live like that. You have to get on with life and take a risk. You know, I've made videos talking about that, but it's just one of those things you have to think about at times. You know, I travel a lot. So, you know, it's always a risk. But there's a risk when you stay at home, too. This is one of the things where I think education, in some ways, not necessarily school education, but just educating yourself about the reality around you is important. So you can make as accurate an evaluation of your situation as possible. So that you don't overreact. Or that you don't underreact. You know, just something you have to think about. That's all.